You can search high and low, over and under, inside the hotel cabinets, or around the parks, but you're never, and I mean never, gonna find these things offered by Disney World. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. So the things we're talking about in today's video are things that you're never ever gonna find offered or available at Disney World for two key reasons. First, either they're not allowed, or second, you're gonna have to pack them for yourself. Pretty straightforward, but also a little off-putting if you didn't realize these things weren't an option inside Disney World before your trip. But we're gonna help you prepare for all that so you don't get caught wishing you'd packed for this trip completely differently after you're already there. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. It's time to rope drop that Disney park and hit the ground running. But hold on a minute. Where's your alarm clock telling you to get up and at 'em? While most hotel rooms have a bedside clock that lets you set an alarm, there aren't any alarm clocks in Disney World's resort rooms anymore. Or at least, there aren't any alarm clocks in the traditional sense. Disney hotels got rid of their alarm clocks years ago in exchange for the latest Hey Disney devices, which are digital room companions that can do way more than a normal alarm clock could have done for you. While you can still set an alarm on your Hey Disney device the same way you'd probably ask Alexa to set an alarm for you back home, Hey Disney can also do a whole lot of other nifty room services beyond a morning wake-up call, like bringing up additional room amenities, getting you connected with guest services, working alongside you to plan out your day, updating you on the latest forecast, and bringing an extra touch of Disney magic all the while. So, big question with this one. If you opt to keep the Hey Disney microphone turned on during your stay, the device will technically listen for as long as it's turned on. Disney explains that the Hey Disney device will only respond to your questions when the device detects that someone has said Hey Disney, which is its wake-up phrase. If the blue bar on top of the device lights up, that means Hey Disney is listening. You can also use the touch screen to wake up the device too. But what happens if you don't want Hey Disney listening? No worries, it's super easy to turn off. See that little microphone button at the top of the device? All you have to do is turn it off. If you see a red bar, you'll know that the microphone is muted. But if you have any other questions or concerns about your device, you can always call up the front desk so they can help clear things up for you. Now, individual shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. So this hasn't always been the case with Disney's hotels. Back in the good old days, you used to be able to get those sample-sized H2O shampoos and conditioners to use in your hotel shower or take back home with you as a free little souvenir. But recent hotel updates property-wide have switched things up. Now, shampoos, conditioners, and body wash come in full refillable bottles and are mounted on the bathroom wall. And that's fine if you're taking a shower where the soaps are going to be easy to reach. But if you're giving a little one the nightly bath or you're taking a bath yourself, the mounted soap dispensers start to feel a whole lot less convenient. Sure, you can keep reaching over or standing up to get more soap as needed, but you might also want to pack your own travel-side soaps if you think that'll make those nightly baths easier on you. Now, some of these locations do give you individual containers of body lotion, and of course you're going to have individual soaps for your sink as well. Okay, now if you're anything like me, packing can be a really scatterbrained thing. I usually like to create my packing lists across several different sticky notes or my notes app on my phone, which maybe isn't the most practical thing ever, but it's what I default to. That being said, you don't have to waste half a pad of sticky notes to create your own packing lists, because we've created one for you and added it into our free Disney World planning worksheets, along with budgeting tips and fill-in-the-blank spreadsheets and reservation timelines and more. So if you'd like to pick up these worksheets before your big trip to refer to while you're in packing mode, just scan the QR code you see on the screen now or click on the link in the description for disneyfoodblog.com/disneyplans after this. So the individual soap bottles really caught our attention when they stopped being offered inside Disney's hotel rooms. But after that initial shock started to wear off, we slowly but surely realized another freebie is no longer available in the hotel rooms. Where did the free pens go? These hotel pens weren't just any pens. These were official Disney labeled pens. You'd find them sitting on the hotel desk or the bedside table, waiting to be tossed into your bag as a tiny but meaningful souvenir. Plus, This Disney adult loved using them during my work days to jot down sticky note reminders. I don't know, it was just satisfying. Now, Disney more than likely didn't remove pens to steal our joy. In a rapidly evolving digital world where most of our notes are usually taken on our phones anyways, Disney probably didn't feel like it was a huge need anymore to keep providing pens for their guests. This is similar to how the free Magic Band perk for hotel guests went away shortly after the Magic Mobile became a thing, because if guests can just unlock their hotel rooms and scan into the parks using a free card on their phones, then why continue handing out free Magic Bands? I know, I take it slightly personally too. I love the old freebies, but this is just another one of those reminders that if you prefer taking notes the old-fashioned way, or if you're planning on maybe sending a postcard to a friend back home while you're inside the parks, be sure to pack a few of your own pens beforehand so you don't have to worry about paying a pretty penny for one inside a gift shop. And I say bring a few, knowing good and well that the moment you only pack one pen, it's not going to work. Dried up pens are my Achilles heel. All right, so in Disney World, there are no Targets or Walmarts or Walgreens right on property. And if you forgot something like basic medical supplies or an extra pair of socks or a water bottle or anything else you might be kicking yourself over, or if your airline loses your luggage the way mine did last week, you're going to have to pay the inflated prices to get the stuff you need at Disney's resort gift shops. Now, just because you're in the Disney bubble doesn't mean you can't escape the Disney bubble. So if you have your own car, you can always drive off Disney property for a bit to hit up a big box store for these last minute items, or you can have a rideshare service pick you up and take you to and from. That being said, sometimes the gas or rideshare service fee isn't worth saving a couple extra bucks for getting slightly cheaper supplies. So I'd only recommend doing this if you need to get a bunch of stuff for your trip instead of just one or two things. But even then, it's usually way more handy to rely on a grocery store delivery service. We always use Kroger Delivery, as you know, to do the driving and big box pickup for you. Here's how easy it is to use Kroger Delivery for grabbing your essentials. First, you need to download the Kroger app onto your phone or use their website to fill your cart with the items that you need. Be sure to look for coupons too. Those are going to help you save even more. Next, make sure you request that those items get delivered over to your hotel lobby, since the drivers won't be able to deliver them to your room because that's not safe. And after that, just keep an eye on your order and be sure you know when it's going to arrive. Keep in mind that grocery deliveries are never instantaneous, so if you need something ASAP, like right this minute, you're still probably better off paying a few extra bucks for a Disney gift shop necessity on the fly. So this little fun fact isn't so fun when you're a soda goblin and products like, I don't know, Diet Pepsi or Dr. Pepper are your livelihood. But no matter which way you slice and dice it, it's true. The Coca-Cola Company has exclusive rights to sell their beverages at Disney World. So any other soda products have to hit the road. But non-Coca-Cola branded sodas are not banned in Disney World. So if you absolutely can't live without Dr. Pepper, then make sure you either bring cases or cans or packs of bottles with you to stock in your hotel fridge or mini fridge, or have a grocery delivery app send you the good stuff, and they'll drop it off at your resort's Bell Services desk for you to pick up when you get the chance. Now, here's the exception to all this. Restaurants that are owned by third parties and not by Disney directly are more than welcome to supply different soda brands if they want to. So if you're on a desperate Dr. Pepper hunt, you can still find Dr. Pepper at Rainforest Cafe and the Lava Lounge in Disney Springs, Fuel at the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort, and Java at the Walt Disney World Swan Resort. Also, if you're at a quick service location or pool bar that has one of the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines, you're likely to be able to get Pib Extra, which might not fully satisfy your DP cravings, but hey, at least it'll scratch that itch somewhat. If you want a full list of where to find Dr. Pepper or Pib Extra on property, we've got a post for that on our DFE website, so I'll go ahead and link that in this video's description if you want to check it out when you got the chance. Okay, so gum is one of those essentials that I always want to have on hand before I make it across the Disney threshold, because I'll need it during my flight when my ears start to sound like a bunch of pop rocks, and also maybe if I have to have a meeting or something and my breath is just horrible, right? So if you're just wanting gum for the sake of having gum to freshen your breath between meals and to keep your jaw occupied, you're not going to find this sticky stuff for sale anywhere in Disney, and not even at the Orlando International Airport. You're still going to find tons of other candy to keep your taste buds happy: gummies, chocolates, mints. And the one thing my scriptwriter Bria and I always agree on, sour cherry balls, but gum is never going to be one of those candy options. And this no gum for sale rule harkens back to when Walt Disney was around and making rules for his parks because he didn't want any guests stepping in gum or shoving wads of gum all over his pretty park or having the custodial cast members working overtime to have the sticky stuff scraped off benches and sidewalks. That being said, gum isn't banned in Disney. Disney just doesn't sell it in the hopes that it'll lighten gum vandalism. So you're more than welcome to bring your own gum package from home and into the parks if you want to. Just be cool about it and make sure you throw your gum wad away in the trash once you're done with it. Okay, let's say you're going to Magic Kingdom to celebrate little Susie's 6th birthday. And oh goodness me, Aunt Susan has insisted on coming along for this momentous occasion because Susie was named after her, obviously. So bless her, Aunt Susan really wants to make this day special for little Susie, so she wraps a gift for little Susie to open during their meal at Cinderella's royal table. Now, it all sounds innocent enough, but here's the thing. Aunt Susan's not going to make it through that park gate with that wrapped gift. Before you can scan your ticket to enter any of the parks or even the Disney Springs shopping district, you're going to have to go through a security screening process first. And unfortunately, even if the gift inside the already wrapped package is totally okay to bring in the parks, these gifts will still need to be unwrapped and inspected by security for safety concerns. But once your unwrapped gifts pass through the inspection point, then you can wrap them up to look all pretty again. Just remember to bring some wrapping paper, a small pair of scissors, and a tape so you can do a little gift wrapping before you make it over to the birthday guy or gal. Or if that's too much of a hassle for you, because it would definitely be too much of a hassle for me, you can always just put it in a gift bag and have tissue paper instead for a super speedy wrapping job. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, AJ, this is totally incorrect. I know for a fact that I have seen shot glasses in Disney World before. Well, you're not entirely wrong here. Literally, I went to Epcot's Crystal Arts shop during my last visit, and these little cups were one of the first things I saw inside the shop. But here's where things get a little sneaky. While alcoholic beverages are available all around Disney World, Disney has opted to keep their souvenir drinkware a little more family-friendly in their labeling. So if you're about to purchase a souvenir shot glass, it'll actually ring up as a toothpick holder, or in some cases, miniature glassware. Meaning, if you're a shot glass collector, you're still going to find something in Disney to add to your collection, but you won't find a sign that says shot glasses for sale anywhere in Disney World because they're not there. There's just a bunch of toothpick holders. This one is something that really grinds Bria's gears, so I'm going to let her take over this point for a little bit. Bria, the soapbox.
I'm not a soda goblin like AJ, but I am the sweet tea equivalent of whatever that is. So like a sweet tea ogre or a sweet tea sea serpent. I don't know, you tell me. But because I'm from the South, I'm mighty picky about my freshly brewed sweet tea. So, while yeah, the Gold Peak tea at Disney's quick services is fine every now and then, that's literally your only tea option at these places. So if you're not a fan of the Gold Peak brand, this can be a big time disappointment. Even several of Disney's table services stick solely with the Gold Peak offerings, though you can still find the freshly brewed stuff at places like Garden Grill at Epcot, 50's Primetime Cafe at Hollywood Studios, Whispering Canyon Cafe at Wilderness Lodge, Steakhouse 71 at Contemporary Resort, and Homecomin' at Disney Springs. Your best bet for non-Gold Peak tea while you're on the go are gonna be over at the Joffrey's kiosks or the Starbucks suppliers of the parks. Other than that, the same rules apply here that they do for the soda goblins of the world. If there's a certain brand or carton of tea that'll help satisfy your sweet tea cravings, you can bring your own bottle or grab some from the Kroger delivery app before your park day.
Oh, can I add a few more non-conventional tea places to your list, though, Brie? You can also find unique tea offerings at the Spice and Tea Exchange at Disney Springs. They've got an inconspicuous tea bar where you can try some freshly brewed teas to go. The Joy of Tea kiosk in Epcot's China Pavilion is one of the rare places where you can find bubble tea on property, along with a couple other places like Yasaki and Morimoto Asia Street Food in Disney Springs. Oasis Sweets and Sips at Epcot's Morocco Pavilion has a frozen mint tea that you can order, boozy or not. And if you don't mind splurging on a little tea party extravaganza, you might even want to book the Roses of Gold afternoon tea over at Cake Bake Shop at Boardwalk Inn. But I do mean a splurge. It's expensive. I know that you're going to miss mittens while you're gone on vacay, but your pet cannot join you in the most magical place on earth, no matter how well behaved they are. If you've been to Disney World and you've seen a dog with a group before, I promise you it was a service dog and not a pet dog that's going to yip and want to play fetch with Pluto. Service dogs are definitely welcome inside the parks. In fact, some cast members even have them for a little extra helping paw during their day. Yep, there are cast member dogs working in Disney, which I love. Now, granted, not all service animals can be taken into the Disney parks. The only service animals allowed are dogs and miniature horses. Admittedly, I have yet to see a mini horse service animal inside the Disney parks, but if you have, please let me know in the comments because I want to hear all about a little Sebastian roaming the streets of Magic Kingdom. Now, although your poor doggos might not be able to go into the parks, that doesn't mean you have to leave them behind. Disney has 4 dog-friendly hotels on site: Disney's Art of Animation Resort, Port Orleans Riverside, Yacht Club, and the cabins at Fort Wilderness. If you're booking a room at one of these hotels, just let Disney know ahead of time that you've got a dog, 2 dogs maximum, staying with you, and that way Disney can provide you with a complimentary Pluto's Welcome Kit to greet you and your furry friend or friends. These resorts might have pet relief areas and designated dog parks, but in return, Disney expects your dog to be on their best behavior, leashed and vaccinated. If you're going to be at the parks all day long and don't want to leave your puppers alone inside a strange hotel room that they're not familiar with, you may want to consider booking them a stay at the Best Friends Pet Care Resort on Disney property instead. You're not the only one who deserves a vacation, you know. Check out bestfriendspetcare.com to learn more about the resort's offerings and the price ranges and the pet care options. So we have a few DFB videos out already talking about common banned items in Disney World, but just in case you've missed them, here's a rapid fire list of some banned baddies that you need to keep out of the park to keep from getting in trouble. First, those selfie sticks. These pose a safety risk to guests and cast members, especially when they're brought onto rides, so keep them at home and ask a PhotoPass photographer to get a free picture of you with your phone instead if you want a good group shot. 2, full cosplay and costume masks. Halloween costumes for adults and children above the age of 14 are permitted only during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Magic Kingdom. Otherwise, you're going to have to settle on wearing a Disney-bound outfit, which typically involves everyday park clothes that are inspired by a certain character or ride or story, but don't make you completely look like that character. And no full masks are allowed at all, ever, just for safety purposes. Face masks that solely cover your mouth are okay, but costume masks that cover your entire face need to be left back home. Number 3, smoking. For the consideration of others, smoking and vaping is not allowed inside the Disney parks. At the main entrances outside of each of the Disney parks, you're going to be able to find designated smoking areas, but these locations are subject to change, so ask a cast member if you're unsure of where they are. And oversized strollers. To help prevent areas of the park from becoming any more crowded than they already are, Disney World only allows strollers that are 31 inches wide and 52 inches long or smaller inside the Disney parks. Anything bigger, including those big old stroller wagons, are not allowed. Here's the good news though, most strollers do fit these guidelines, including most double jogging strollers. Just make sure your stroller meets Disney's requirements before you lug it all the way to the parks. Otherwise, you can always plan on renting a stroller from the Disney parks once you get there. And you know what I just found? More DFB videos to help you with your packing adventures. So go ahead and check out our 15 things you're forgetting to pack for Disney World video next. Or if you're interested in what other items are not allowed on the Disney scene, you can also check out our brand new video called What's Really Banned in Disney World. And don't forget to pick up our free Disney World planning worksheets over at disneyfoodblog.com/DisneyPlans right now. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.